Colin Calderwood revealed earlier this week that Villa had assembled a bulky dossier on Boro in preparation for the playoff doubleheader. Bruce clearly wants to leave nothing to chance as he plans for a tie which he believes will be as tough as it gets for his Villa side in the playoffs. Ahead of tonight's first leg, we take a closer look at the figures who'll be in the opposition dugout at the Riverside. Steve Bruce manager Neil Warnock is often billed as the promotion master, and it's no surprise when you consider he's gone up on 8 occasions. In Steve Bruce though, Aston Villa possess the championship master. Bruce has won 4 promotions to the Premier League, 2 with Birmingham City and 2 with Hull, and is now looking to bring up the handful with Aston Villa. To do so, he'll have to get the better of Tony Pulis, something he's only managed on 1 occasion in the past. His one and only victory over Pulis came in December at the Riverside, and that, it's worth noting, was just a matter of days after the Welshman had met his squad for the first time. At that stage Pulis was still getting to grips with names, never mind putting his stamp on the side. Bruce was made aware of his record against Pulis in his press conference on Friday morning. "I didn't realize, so thanks for telling me that," he chuckled. Aston Villa manager Steve Bruce away from football matters. It's been an incredibly difficult period for Bruce, who lost his mum this week just 88 days after his dad passed away. "Shaken but not phased," was how Villa writer Greg Evans described the Villa boss in his press conference yesterday. The boss wasn't quite himself. "How can he be when he's under the camera glare and every word is scrutinized, after such a traumatic week," wrote Evans. Last Friday, he lost his mother, just 88 days after his father passed away, and emotions are still raw. Bubbly, bouncy Bruce that we all love has been hit hard by the recent tragedy in his personal life. But while the laughing and joking was kept to a minimum, there's still clearly a burning desire to succeed. This now even hardened 57-year-old has never been one to shirk responsibility. He always fronts up for his team. Bruce is a popular figure with the players at Bodymore Heath, Villa's training ground. He tends to let his coaching staff take the lead in training early on the week before taking the initiative as the game approaches. This week, however, he's said to have been the driving force on the training ground as Villa prepare for the Boro doubleheader. Colin Calderwood, assistant manager Calderwood is no stranger to the Riverside technical area on big occasions. He was, of course, in the dugout with Chris Hughton in that 2016 decider. Hughton was frustrated to lose Calderwood when the former defender opted to head for Villa Park 18 months ago, ending Bruce's month-long search for an assistant at the time. "It's been a difficult decision in the first place to leave Chris Hughton and Brighton, but I'm delighted to get the opportunity," said Calderwood, who played for Villa briefly during his career at the time. "It's not so much coming back, I was only here for a short period as a player. It's the size of the club and where I really hope we are going to be able to get to, which made it really exciting for me." Aston Villa manager Steve Bruce Wright and his assistant Colin Calderwood. It's understood it was ex-Boro coach Steve Round, now director of football at Villa, who took the lead on appointing Calderwood, though the appointment wouldn't have gone ahead without the green light from Bruce. Calderwood this week revealed that Villa have a vault of information on Boro that the coaching team will have studied in depth over the course of the week. The former Brighton assistant is vocal on the sidelines, so don't be surprised to see him out alongside Bruce in the technical area this evening. Stephen Clements, first-team coach where Bruce goes, Clements follows. Or, more to the point, where Bruce goes, he does all in his power to ensure the former midfielder goes with him. Clements has a crucial role in Bruce's coaching team, the modern game thinker and a vital link-up between the management team and the players. Clements was given his break in coaching by Bruce after his career was ended prematurely due to injury. Bruce signed Clements as a player at Birmingham, appointed him as development coach at Sunderland, took him with him to Hull City and then convinced him to drop down a division and move from Humberside to Villa Park. It was October 2016 when Clements got the call he'd been waiting for from Bruce. The experienced boss had taken charge at Villa Park and wanted a trusted sidekick by his side. Clements was tempted to remain under the wing of Mike Phelan at Hull, but the pull of Bruce proved too strong. "It wasn't a decision I took lightly," said Clements at the time. To leave the Premier League and move to the Championship was a difficult thing to do when you've been part of a side that won promotion last year. It wasn't easy, but the chance to work with Steve again, someone who's been so good to me over the years, was one I couldn't turn down. Aston Villa manager Steve Bruce with Stephen Clements and Steve Agnew. Steve Agnew, head of coaching in December last year, Bruce finally got his man. Having worked with Agnew at Hull City, he was desperate for the experienced coach to join his team at Aston Villa last summer once it emerged that he wouldn't be staying on at Boro. Bruce had to bide his time but was thrilled to land Agnew in December, and the former Boro coach wasted no time in making an impact at Villa Park. "It's no coincidence that since Agnew has come in, Villa's form has picked up," says Greg Evans of Birmingham Live. He's said to be rated highly by the players and has worked particularly closely with forward Scott Hogan. He's not particularly vocal on the sidelines in his current position with Villa but plays a leading role in preparing the side for games. Gary Walsh, goalkeeping coach like Clements, Walsh left Hull City to join up with Bruce again at Aston Villa. Bruce and Walsh played alongside each other at Manchester United, and the former Boro stopper has since become a crucial cog in the manager's dugout team. Back in November he was hailed by Birmingham Live as one of Villa's unsung heroes of the season at that stage, and Bruce was gushing about him. Aston Villa manager Steve Bruce with Gary Walsh and Stephen Clements: "I was fortunate enough to inherit Gary when I took over at Hull. The one thing that strikes you about his straightaway is his attitude to work," Bruce said of Walsh. "The goalkeepers will be made to work because that's the way he demands. He's been around the block, he's played at the highest level, and he's turned himself into a really good goalkeeping coach, and I'm delighted we have him at the club." The goalkeeping coach has played an influential role in the development of Sam Johnston, who has had an excellent season at Villa on loan from Manchester United.